What's going on, guys? As you can see, you're watching some Modern Warfare 3 gameplay in the background on the newish playlist, Drop Zone. It's a really fun game mode. I recommend you check it out. I'm using the silenced M4A1 with an underbarrel shotgun as well. But I don't really want to talk too much about the gameplay. What I want to talk about, seeing as it's, you know, New Year's coming up, I want to sort of review 2011 in gaming, like what was a success, what was a disappointment, and, you know, what I'm looking forward to next year. So, hands down, my game of the year, as with a lot of other people, has to be Skyrim. I think that game's absolutely amazing. I think the fact that I've played it for well over a day and I've barely scratched the surface of the game is, you know, that's something I find phenomenal. It looks really nice considering the size of the game. It has an awesome soundtrack when it kicks in. And just everything about the game is awesome. So yeah. In terms of other games, I think that were a success, working kind of backwards from where we are now. Modern Warfare 3, obviously, there's Modern Warfare 3 gameplay, so I obviously like the game and obviously playing it. I don't think it was kind of the be-all and end-all of Call of Duty that it was made out to be, but it's still a solid game, you know. Battlefield 3 as well, if you ignore the, quite frankly, shit single player. The multiplayer really is good, and the Back to Karkin map pack that just came out, which was free, if you bought limited editions, it was free for me. I think that game is just excellent. The Back to Karkin maps are awesome, and the multiplayer really is phenomenal. It really is a true competitor to Call of Duty now. Gears of War 3, I think that game was awesome. It took everything that number 2 kind of did right and kicked everything up a notch, especially online with like dedicated servers and, you know, challenges and stuff now, and the maps are better. Just everything about the game was better than number 2, and that's, you know, how a sequel should be made, really. Deus Ex Human Revolution, I love how that game looks. I think it's one of the, not necessarily the prettiest games ever, but like it has the best art styling. Like in terms of the actual textures, it might not be the best ever, but I think the art styling is phenomenal. That sort of cyber renaissance golden black. Just everything about the game oozes class, and you know, you can play it literally how you want to play, which is awesome. Bulletstorm, I liked Bulletstorm, I really did. I think it was a very overlooked game, you know. For a while now, players of the FPS genre, the first-person shooter, have been calling out for a game to sort of break the mould and break the staleness, and do something a little bit differently, and Bulletstorm did that, but then the same people crying for that change kind of just overlooked it and shunned it, which I think is it's a shame, because it's a really good game and you can pick it up quite cheap now. So I'd recommend doing that, because it's an awesome game. It's just it's fun. Above everything else, the game is fun. What else is there? Portal 2, yep, love that game. Again, took everything the first one did right and made it better. You know, the story was longer and better and more story driven. It included co-op this time, which is just really addictive. I played it through with one of my housemates recently, and that was awesome. Mortal Kombat, yeah, that's it, good. I have to give, you know, kudos to NetherRealm Studios for kind of reinventing Mortal Kombat. I guess it was the first good Mortal Kombat game in years, to be honest, and I like the fact that they made it accessible to newcomers, but yet there was depth enough in the system for competitive play as well, which is how a good fighting game should be. It should be accessible for people to pick up and play, but it should have that sort of competitive drive behind it. And finally, Crysis 2. I really liked that game. I think it's one of the prettiest games ever on console, and I think the story mode was really good. It was quite long for a first-person shooter campaign, and you know, you could go about objectives in different ways. So everyone's playthrough was a little bit different, which was awesome. And the online was really good fun too. It's just a shame that in the first few months it was so crippled by lag. But yeah, that's kind of all the good games. In terms of disappointments, my biggest disappointment of the year has to be the new Xbox dashboard. I'm not sure what other people think about this, but I think the new dashboard's rubbish, for lack of a better word. I think it's just a very clever, I guess, ploy by Microsoft to make more money at the expense of the little guys, you know. I feel really sorry for the indie developers and the Xbox Live Arcade developers, because they've really been shit on now. They find their product, you know, hidden behind a subset of menus with little or no recognition on the homepage, so that Microsoft can whack a load of advertising on the front page and make more money, which, you know, I think is stupid. I've heard a lot of people saying that now that they have advertising on the front page of Xbox, that Gold Xbox Live should be free for everyone. Microsoft are money greedy pigs, and I don't see that happening, but I understand the why people are saying it. But yeah, I think the whole situation is just a bit rubbish, really, for everyone concerned, apart from Microsoft, which they put a load of marketing behind it as well, and they hailed it as like the software update to beat all software updates, and it's always just a bit crap. I'm not sure what it's like for Kinect. I will say that I'm referring to like using the new dashboard with a console here. If it is much better with Kinect, then let me know in the comments. I don't have Kinect, and I don't plan on getting it, so it might be much better with that, and I might be overlooking that. And credit where credit's due, I will say the new app thing is pretty cool. Again, they are making money from these apps, so it's not like that's a free thing for us. Well, they are free for us technically, but they will be making money through the apps thing. But I do like MW3 is a personal favourite of mine. Watching music videos and stuff in the background while I'm doing other stuff is pretty cool. And now I think we have a bit of time left. Yeah, about a minute left. So what am I looking forward to in 2012? The big two for me that I'm really looking forward to next year are Mass Effect 3 and Bioshock Infinite. I think both those games look awesome. I think the demo that got accidentally leaked for Mass Effect 3 when the dashboard preview went live was pretty daft, but it showed the game. So, but yeah, that is the end of the game. I think I go 40-8 here. Pretty good game, and we win quite handily. So let me know in the comments what were your games of the year, what did you like, what didn't you like, and what you're looking forward to next year. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps that up, so thanks for watching. Bye.